Every company has a massive time spent in this area. Could be 20%, could be all the way to 50%. And imagine your company could be twice as productive as it is today.
The idea which is behind Time is Limited is to free people's time from inefficient communication. And I believe that humans are valuable because they're creative, but we are so stuck in the communication that we don't have the time to think, to create, to come up with new solutions and ideas.
More and more work today is coordinated via various collaboration and communication platforms, and let's be honest, it's not always for the best. Work-life balance and focus time are becoming non-existent, and teams are getting more isolated rather than more connected.
We started Time is Limited because in my previous company, we started with 4 people and we had growth to over 400 people. And we really, as we hired people from the outside, as we grew the team more and more, we didn't really understand how teams and people cooperate. We didn't understand any metrics. We didn't have any understanding of how people communicate and collaborate. And really, when I went and asked around the big companies how they deal with that issue, if they deal with that issue at all, we figured out that it's a much bigger problem than it is, and that it's everywhere, and that we're not the only ones to face it. So I thought, why not solve it?
Jan and I started the company 2 years ago, and we saw that all the big companies have moved to cloud. So when we wanted to analyze employees' data, we don't need to ask people long questionnaires anymore, because all the data stays in the cloud. So we wanted to help employees and their managers to better understand the time utilization and the collaboration among employees.
The level of inefficiency, starting at just meeting and meeting assembly, to email and putting everybody on CC, to all of those common issues we know every day. If you look at those numbers at scale, they're absolutely scary. Companies waste away tens of % of people's time, which in very simple ways could be dramatically reduced.
Let's imagine we have a company of 1,000 employees. On average, they spend 25,000 hours each month, man-hours each month, on meetings. Now, if the company managed to cut this only by 5%, and 5% is just to make 1 hour long meeting 3 minutes shorter, then they would save monthly 1,250 man-hours, right? So that's a huge saving opportunity for the companies. This is a time that could be probably spent more productively.
There are few things unique about our platform. We combine multiple data sources together. Not only we analyze calendar events, but also Slack messages, emails, Salesforce events, and so on. So we combine all these together and provide immediate insight on a regular basis.
For me, the ideal case would be to come up with really specific recommendations, such as if you are a salesperson, you need to spend 30 minutes with team A on a daily basis to maximize your results.
And we see that in the future, all of the companies will need to use analytics like Time is Limited. And now we are so used to look at our customers through data, but we are not used to look at ourselves the way we look at the customers, and that's through data.
And really the way we bring these insights forward to our clients is through socio-mapping.
So what's unique about socio-mapping is that it visualizes the complex relationships among people and teams in a very easy way. It resembles a landscape, and you are able to understand the geographical distances very naturally. Your brain is trained from your childhood to predict the trajectory of the ball you are catching, and in a similar way you are able to predict the change of the team as you are watching the animation of the socio-mapping. You can customize views, you can play with a lot of toggles and see how the data is changing. That's something quite unique because we don't use any third-party solution for that. I've been working on socio-mapping for almost 18 years, and it was used originally to understand the behavior of astronauts. And it was used by European Space Agency, and now it's been used also by NASA to understand how isolated group of people communicate and collaborate with each other. And the same technology is being used by companies to understand the behavior of employees, management and teams. As time is limited, we push this method even further, and we use the passive data to analyze team members' behavior without the necessity of asking them long questionnaires. It's always exciting when you can apply algorithms from different areas to some other fields. For example, in our anomaly detection tool, we are using algorithms that originally have been developed to navigate ballistic missiles. And now we are using the same algorithms to navigate the team to the proper direction. So it's not a rocket science, but actually it is.
So what's unique about Time is Limited is the fact that we analyze the full spectrum of the communication and collaboration tools. And all of these tools have their analytics on their own, but none of them get you to understand how it works all together and how does it fit the company you work at, because every company has their very unique communication culture.
So I looked into how often people are distracted by Slack and how much time do they have for focused work. And I found out that people tend to reply to someone's direct message within 2 minutes, or even if they are mentioned in a channel, right? So what this means is that when you write somebody a message, you're almost certain that you will distract them from what they are doing.
And our clients are starting to really understand the potential that this data has to drive continuous change in their businesses.
At Time is Limited, we do not monitor individuals. Our focus is on teams and their managers. One of my favorite examples is a manager who struggled with his team's productivity until Time is Limited helped him realize that he should actually split this team and reorganize it to enable it to function end to end. So in the end, the employees are happier, more satisfied, and that also makes his job much easier.
We are hitting the sweet spot of that we really have this solution for people's frustration. So they're, not just the clients, but even the partners are saying, I knew this was happening, and they're sitting in the meetings wondering, why am I here? And can you solve this for my company?
And the level of saving on just the time itself doesn't go in the small billions. This is perhaps the biggest opportunity of our lifetime, productivity as a whole. The biggest Time is Limited achievement, besides our great team, is the fact that we've identified the problem. The fact that there are issues in meetings, in communication, in collaboration that are massive. And I think that identifying that the problem is there scaled across multiple companies is already an achievement. And of course, now it's to solve it.